Hello my dears, how are you doing? In this video I am going to talk about something that you usually confuse a lot, which is very understandable. We are going to talk about the gender of names of countries. My name is Andressa Maia and this is Falando Nisso. Okay, so before talking about the names of the countries, I want to explain a little bit about three prepositions that we use a lot when we are talking about place, and they are de, em, para. De means from, em means in, and para means to. Okay, so I will use three basic sentences to use as examples to talk about the countries, okay, the names. And they are: I am from, eu sou de, I live in, eu moro em, and I will go to, eu vou para, okay? And what happens? If after the preposition, the name of the country you are going to talk about is neutral, so it's not feminine nor masculine, only the preposition will work perfectly because you don't need article since it has no gender. But if the name is masculine, you need the masculine article o, and if the name is feminine, you need the feminine article a, okay? And what happens when you use the articles? The preposition de plus the article o becomes do. De plus a becomes da. Em plus o becomes no. And em plus a becomes na. Para plus a keeps written separately. Okay, so it's a para a and para o. Only when we speak it that it may sound like pra and pro, okay? But written it's still separated. Para a, para o, okay? So how can you know if the name is feminine or masculine? So I've made a video talking about all the rules to define a word as feminine or masculine in Portuguese. If you haven't watched it yet, you should take a look. But names don't exactly follow the same rules, you know, because there are some names that they clearly should be feminine, but they are masculine, and it's like, why? Well, it's just how it is. Like, I could ask you, why do you write red and you read, and sometimes red if it's past? So it's like, it doesn't make sense, right? So it's just the same in Portuguese. Some things just don't make sense. Just accept it. Let's just keep learning, be happy. Don't try to understand. But I will give you a few examples, starting with the easy ones. So, most of the names that end in a are feminine. So using the sentence I mentioned before, if we are talking about Rússia, we have eu sou da Rússia, eu moro na Rússia, eu vou para a Rússia. Another one. Eu sou da Argentina, eu moro na Argentina, eu vou para a Argentina. Eu sou da Inglaterra, eu moro na Inglaterra, eu vou para a Inglaterra. Eu sou da Austrália, eu moro na Austrália, eu vou para a Austrália. Now, I will give you a list because there are many names that are feminine. So, for all these names, you would use the same structure, like the same prepositions. França, Espanha, Itália, Suíça, Suécia, Noruega, Índia, China, Alemanha, Arábia Saudita, Argélia, Dinamarca, Coreia do Norte, Coreia do Sul, Irlanda, Grécia. So there are others, but I could stay here almost forever. All these names I just mentioned are feminine, so you would use da, na, para, a, okay? Then we have a few names that end in o, so they are feminine because they end in o, and then you would have to use do, no, para o. For example, eu sou do Egito, eu moro no Egito, eu vou para o Egito. Eu sou do Japão, eu moro no Japão, eu vou para o Japão. Eu sou do Líbano, eu moro no Líbano, eu vou para o Líbano. Eu sou do México, eu moro no México, eu vou para o México. Then we have Paquistão, Afeganistão, Reino Unido. Okay, so these ones end in o and are masculine. Then we have feminine plural. One example of this is Filipinas. So not only you need the article a, but you need the s to indicate its plural. So it would be eu sou das Filipinas, eu moro nas Filipinas, eu vou para as Filipinas. And the same happens with the United States. It's masculine and plural, so eu sou dos Estados Unidos, eu moro nos Estados Unidos, eu vou para os Estados Unidos, okay? But this one were easy. Now we have the exceptions. One of the exceptions is, for example, Canada, which in Portuguese is Canadá. It ends in a, but it's masculine. But this actually follows a rule that is every name, if ending in a, that has an acute accent or an accent mark in the last letter is feminine. So it happens with Canada. In my video explaining the rules for gender, I mentioned other words like sofa, which is sofa, so it ends in a, but because of the accent mark, it's masculine, o sofa. The same happens with Canada, which would be eu sou do Canadá, eu moro no Canadá, eu vou para o Canadá. Okay? Now, I want to play a little game with you, because I could just give you a lot of names and say it's feminine, it's masculine, but I would like you to try and guess what is the gender, or if it has no gender, okay? So I will tell you the name of a few countries, and I will give you 3 seconds for you to say if it's masculine, feminine, or neutral, okay? Try to take notes and let me know in the comments below how many countries you could guess right and how many mistakes you had. Okay, so let's start. Honduras. Ha! Honduras is neutral. Yes, it ends in as, just like as Filipinas, but it's neutral. So it would be eu sou de Honduras, eu moro em Honduras, eu vou para Honduras. No article, just para Honduras. Okay? Next one. I really like this one. Marrocos. Ha! Marrocos. It ends in OS, just like Estados Unidos. But if you said it was masculine plural like nos, no, you got it wrong. Marrocos is masculine but singular. So we would say eu sou do Marrocos, eu moro no Marrocos, eu vou para o Marrocos, okay? Next one is Kenya. Kenya. Now this one is amazing. Kenya is masculine. What? Yes. So we would say eu moro no Quênia, eu sou do Quênia, and eu vou para o Quênia. Okay? Next one is Camarões. What do you think? Do you think Camarões is like nós, like Estados Unidos? No. Camarões is neutral. So we would say, eu sou de Camarões, eu moro em Camarões, and eu vou para Camarões. Now, Cuba. Cuba. If you said Cuba is feminine, you got it wrong. Cuba is neutral. So it would be, eu sou de Cuba, eu moro em Cuba, eu vou para Cuba. Now, Angola. Angola is also neutral, just like Cuba. We say, eu sou de Angola, eu moro em Angola, and eu vou para Angola. Next one is Porto Rico. Porto Rico is neutral. No, it's not masculine. So we would say, eu sou de Porto Rico, eu moro em Porto Rico, eu vou para Porto Rico. Brasil. Brasil is easy. Brasil is masculine. Eu sou do Brasil, eu moro no Brasil, eu vou para o Brasil. Now, what about Portugal? Okay, I put Portugal here because it's interesting that Portugal and Brazil end in L, but Brazil is masculine while Portugal is neutral. We would say, eu sou de Portugal, eu moro em Portugal, and eu vou para Portugal. What about Chile? Chile is masculine. Eu sou do Chile, eu moro no Chile, eu vou para o Chile. What about Hong Kong? Hong Kong is neutral. Eu sou de Hong Kong, eu moro em Hong Kong, eu vou para Hong Kong. What about Vietnam? Vietnam is masculine. Eu sou do Vietnã, eu moro no Vietnã, eu vou para o Vietnã. And here again, it's the same rule as Canada, okay? The accent mark over the A in the end. What about Oman? I know, you said it's masculine, it has an accent mark, but no exceptions, here we are. Oman is neutral. So we would say, eu sou de Oman, eu moro em Oman, and eu vou para Oman. And finally, to finish our game, Peru. Peru is masculine. Eu sou do Peru, eu moro no Peru, eu vou para o Peru. So, how many could you guess the right answer, and how many mistakes you had? Tell me in the comments. I found there are many other names of countries. If you want to know about a specific name, you can leave a comment asking me, and I will answer you, telling you if it's feminine or masculine. I chose these ones because I found it interesting to show the difference, for example, between Estados Unidos, that end in OS, and Marrocos, that also ends in OS, but they are considered different according to gender and number, and also things like Cuba, that ends in A, but it's not feminine, or Oman, that has the accent mark over the final A, but it's not masculine. So there are exceptions. It's not easy to establish a rule. So I hope this video helps you. At least I could talk about many names. Maybe these are some of the most common names that you probably would use. But if you want to know about any other name, just leave a comment here and tell me if you liked this video, because I also thought about talking about names of cities and names of states, but this video is already too long. If I start talking about cities and states, then we are gonna stay here forever. But if you want, I can make another video only to talk about the most famous cities around the world. What do you think? Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!